Yo, what's going on, YouTubers? Plumpy Man here. Just doing another little video like I do. Today, I'm going to try to get through a tutorial on how I did this. I usually always do this off camera because most of the time I mess it up and have to redo it and stuff like that. But I've had quite a few people message me and want to see a tutorial on how to do this, and I'm going to try to do it. We'll see if I mess it up or not. If I do, sorry. And we'll just go from there. But honestly, all I'm using is some paracord. This is just some 550 paracord that I got from survivalpacks.com, and I've already treated the ends to where they won't be frayed out. Just after you cut it, take a lighter and burn it. Y'all know that. This is what I'll be wrapping the handle with, and the actual inner loop of the handle will be some more Survival Packs paracord, just in the white, just because I had a bunch of it and wanted to use some of it anyway. And basically what I did and what I've done so far on this cup is I measured out one strand of paracord, and what you want to do is wrap it around the top and hold it. And as soon as you get it around the top like that, tape it. I tape it to hold it in place. That way I know the measurement and it's already measured out. Then the same loop or the same strand of paracord, make another loop, come down and make another loop around. And then you have your second loop. Well, what you need to do then is once you come around and come up here, hopefully you can see this on camera. I hope to God you can. If you can, I'm sorry. And run it up through here and meet the end here. And just guesstimate it. That's all you have to do is guesstimate it. Once you take the paracord and go around and come up and meet right here, just cut the end off. Burn it, and then you want to bond them together. You burn this end and get them just glowing hot, press them together, and then they'll melt together and blow on it. And you'll have one continuous strand. And then pretty much that's what you'll come up with right there. Yes, I tape it, and it does. That's how I did it before. That's how I've done it on the other cups and stuff that I've tried it on. And you'll basically just have like a semi-handle right there. But this is just one piece of paracord now. It's just one continuous loop. The reason the one I did here, as you can see, I didn't do it like this, and I wanted to do it like on this one. I'm doing it a little differently. I just connected it right here, as you can see where it's been bonded together, and it holds just fine. I don't care. This is going to be my Woods cup. Like I said, I'm just going to strap it to my Condor H2O pouch and take it with me out in the woods. I don't care if it gets beat up or whatever. That's what it's made for. But the reason I went with this way is I've seen a couple other videos and stuff on it, and got to thinking, well, when I do wrap the handle, when you do the handle wrap through here, well, I can hide the section where I bonded it together under that wrap and make it even stronger. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And there won't be a bonding seam out here in the front like on the other cup, like on this cup here. But pretty much, once you have the cup like that, that's pretty much like your pretend handle already. And all you do then is get you a big section of paracord, which I'm going to use black. This is roughly 2 arm lengths of me, which is about, I'd say 8 to 10 foot is just a guess. Find your center point. So we'll match up the 2 ends. See, that's my full arm length. There's the center point. And from there, hopefully, I'm going to try to set the camera a little closer so you can see better. And we'll go from there. And I'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, I'm back. I still have the center point of the black string here, the black paracord. And this is what you want to do after you have your semi-handles on here. Once you have the center point, you want to run the center point of this behind these 2 loops. So basically, you want to keep the center point, hopefully that's showing up right here in the back of these 2 loops. Then what you want to do is start your cobra weave. If you guys know anything about paracord, you'll know what this weave is, and it's pretty simple to do. But if you don't, just try to watch and follow along. There's a lot better tutorials out there than what I'm showing you, but this is just how I do it. And the way I always do it is once you find the center point behind these 2 loops or whatever you're wanting to try to tie it on, you start with the right side and make you a loop and pinch it on the front of these 2 here. Then take your left strand over here, this is your left, and go over it, under it, and then you'll have a loop like that, still hold it there, and then your left strand will go behind these two white lines and come out through here. And then tighten. And you'll see when you do that, it doesn't have to be perfect and it doesn't have to be super tight right now. And then once you get that figured out, you'll see when you tied that knot on there, you'll have one side that's looped over. And every time you do this knot, you'll have one side that's like that. So now, since the loop's over here, you want to start on the left side and make you a loop. So take your right side and go over the left, back behind these two white ones, and out this loop here. Pull it through and tighten. Pretty tight. And then see, now you can see you have the loop over the string here. So you want to go back to the right side. You just vice versa every time. So make a loop, pinch it on the white lines, take your left line and go over it and under it, back behind these two white lines and out this loop here. And then tighten. Once you get about 2 or 3 like this, what I did, or what I do honestly, is I tip the cup up and I take these and you can cinch it to the top of the cup. And that'll keep your top part tight then, and make it a little bit easier to start keeping going around. So it'll tighten up as you go. Now your loop's over here, so you want to make a loop on the left side, take your right side and go over, then back behind and out this loop over here. And I'm sorry if this is showing up weird or you can't see it. And you can see the cobra stitch starting to come about right now. Now you see the loops over here again. So you want to start on the right side, make a loop, take your left string, go over it, then behind it, behind these two white lines, and out this loop. Tighten it. Now I'm going to cut this video, and you just keep going like that, exactly how I'm going, and keep pressing it up tight against the top. Tighten it up until you get down to the bottom, and I'll come back when I get there, when I get it finished, so you don't have to watch all this. Alright guys, I'm back again. Just one thing I forgot to mention a second ago. Once you get about halfway through your paracord, like your cobra stitch, what I do is I do this right here. I take the bottom off, and I basically line this string, the paracord, up with the line on the bottom of on the cup around here. There's a line that goes all the way around the rim, and what I do is I hold this end and I grab this and I pull it as tight as I can, and I make that really freaking tight around the top, as tight as I can get it. And then the bottom doesn't really matter so much. It will loosen up. Obviously you've seen it loosen up enough for me to take it off. And what you do is you put it as tight as you can in this indentation all the way around the cup, and put it down in there and tighten her up. And the way you tighten it up, and this will give you a little better look at the cobra stitch. And as you can see, the last loop ends over here. So what you want to do is take the string over here, make you a loop, then take your other string, and what you want to do is go over it like this, over it, and then behind the two white lines with it, and bring it out through this loop. Pull the excess out, grab both ends, and just tighten like you do a shoestring or your shoelace. And now you can see the loops over here. Press this down some more and do this, repeat, just keep doing it. That's how you do the cobra stitch. That's a little better look. When you first start, it never looks right, and once you tighten it up and get past your first or second time, then it tightens up, and that you just see that pattern start showing. But what you do is you make your loop, go over it and behind this and out through this loop. Pull out your excess, grab both ends, and tighten. And when you get here, that's when you want to start tightening it down like a freaking champ. You want to make sure this is pressed down up against this indentation here. And when you tighten it, what I do when I get to this end is I do just like this. I grab it and I go to town on it. And I just freaking tighten it. And it's not going to come loose. And you'd think you'd want to end it there, but no, you don't. You want to do at least one more once it's butted up against the cup and the string there. So the last loop's over here, you see. Make you a loop. Take your right strand and go over it, behind the white, and out the hole here. Pull that through. Just got a YouTube message. And then you grab both ends, and you just wrench it down. There you go. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but just tighten her down like I said. You can go one, I might go one more here at the end, but as you can see, there you go. That's your handle for the Green Cup, for you Green Cup Club, and I'm not part of that, but the Green Cup Society. We don't drink wine out of these things. Just saying. But I will go one more, but what you want to do after you get your last strand tightened on there, you basically just take, I've been using my Mora, but what you want to do is just cut that off, and once you cut it off about, oh, I don't know, about this much, and then take you a big lighter and do the ends. I'll show you how I do the ends. Basically, you just cut it off flush there, and see how this end is all frayed. You just take you a big lighter and heat it up, and you'll watch it melt. You don't want to melt it too much. And then see how it's melted, and then you take the side of your lighter and mash it down in there, and it will flatten perfect like that. And it will mash inside this. It'll mash inside the corner of the handle, and it'll keep it from coming loose later on. That's how you keep it solid. But that's how you do it. Hopefully that helped. I know this tutorial was horrible, and I'm sorry for that, but it's just your general idea and showing you how you do it. And you can see that's pretty solid. I mean, after I do another strand down here, one more session, and then cinch it down and tighten it, it'll be just as solid as this one right here. And I did find out one other thing, one cool part. Once you do get this cinched down, the best thing to do, what I found to do, is just take you, like, fill this with water, or some old water, dip your finger in it, and run it along this paracord. All this paracord around here and here. Just get it soaking wet. Not dripping wet, but just soaking wet. And just set it over in the corner and let it dry on its own. And once it dries on its own, I mean, you can see it's on there pretty sturdy. It's not coming off. And I filled it with water, and I've drank out of it, and it's just fine. So that's how I do it. Sorry for this video being so super long, but you guys wanted to know, and please let me know what you think, and I hope this helps somebody. Like I said, if you're wanting to learn how to do the Cobra weave, there's a lot better tutorials out there. I was just doing this on the fly and trying to show some friends how I did this and how it worked out, but as you can see, that's how we done it. And it's simple. I mean, it's just some paracord, 2 different strands of paracord. That's all you need, and be able to tie some knots. There you go. That's it. Please let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.